Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, which is my platform as well, and this is Lizelle's Vlog. We will have an EL 105 talk in today's video wherein we will discuss some lessons in language learning materials development. The topics are first CMC, which stands for Computer Mediated Communication, and the Mobile Assisted Language Learning, which also known as MAL or M Learning. By the way, before anything else, let me encourage you to have your pen and paper for you to write the important information that you can use for future references. Stay tuned and let's start the ball rolling. First, we will talk about the computer-mediated communication, which is defined as any human communication that occurs through the use of two or more electronic devices. While the term has traditionally referred to those communication that occur via computer-mediated formats, for example, online forums, video chats, emails, it has also been applied to other forms of text-based interaction such as text messaging. CMC, or the what we call computer-mediated communication, can be also broken down into two forms, which is the synchronous and asynchronous one. What are synchronous and asynchronous computer-mediated communication? First, let us define the synchronous computer-mediated communication. It refers to the communication that occurs in real time. Again guys, it occurs in real time situation and all parties are engaged in communication simultaneously. It means it is happening in at the moment in real time. Is it clear guys? And however, all parties are not necessarily all in the same location. Take note of that guys. All parties are not necessarily in the same location when it is said that it is an asynchronous setting. Examples of synchronous computer-mediated communications are the video chats via Messenger, Instagram, and FaceTime audio calls. And the most trending apps in this pandemic are the Zoom meeting clouds and the Google Meet, which we commonly use in class meetings and business meetings. And in this video, I will help you on how to use those apps, especially the Zoom and the Google Meet. The first application that we will tackle how to use is the Zoom Cloud Meeting. Staying at home to fight the coronavirus pandemic likely make you miss your friends and family. Additionally, you may be studying or working from home to help limit the spread of the virus. Fortunately, you can use Zoom to connect with your friends and coworkers. With a free account, you can have an unlimited amount of 40-minute long face-to-face video meetings with up to 100 participants. Zoom is a popular video conferencing service that allows you to host and attend virtual meetings online. Zoom is easy to use, works across a variety of platforms, has many tools to assist with collaboration. So, I will teach you the steps to use the Zoom Cloud Meeting application. The first step, download the Zoom app. Zoom has a blue icon with an image that resembles a video camera. You can download the Zoom app for free on iPhone, iPad, Android, PC, Macs, and Linux. Use the following steps to download the app or the Zoom application. Then, enter your email to sign up for a free account. Go to Zoom's website and enter your email account in the space provided. Second, open the Zoom email to create your account. Go to your email and click on the email sent by Zoom. Follow the instructions in the email to verify your account. Provide your name and a password to complete your profile. Sign into your Zoom account. Go back to the Zoom website and click on the sign in link in the top right corner. Enter your email and password to sign in to your free account. You can now use Zoom meetings to connect with your friends, families, and coworkers. Lastly, check that your webcam and mic are working. You will need a webcam and mic on your device to participate in a Zoom meeting. Test yours out to make sure they work. Tip: contact your friends, families, or students to make sure they have working webcams and microphones as well. The next application that I will teach is how to use Google Meet. Google Meet is the new business-oriented version of Google Hangouts, used for video conferencing. Google Meet can be used for any sized business, whether that be for work or school, and enables users to make video calls with up to 30 different people. The first step, sign in to your Google Plus account. You will need a Google account to use the features of Google Meet offers. Google Plus is a social networking site designed specifically for Google account users. Second, locate Google Meet. Locate Google Meet in your browser and search for https://meet.google.com/ or if you have a Google Plus account, you can sign in and access the Meet interface. You can also decide on how to join a Google Meet. Join a meeting from Google Meet. Once on Google Meet, select the desired meeting from your list of scheduled events under Join or Start a Meeting, and click Join Now. Only meetings scheduled on your Google Calendar will appear in your list of scheduled events. You can also join a meeting from your Gmail, Google Calendar, join a meeting using a URL, join a meeting without a Google account, and join a meeting from Google Meet itself. Next, you can also join a meeting by dialing in using a phone number, and so on. Those are just some of the applications that you can use in synchronous computer-mediated communication. On the contrary, asynchronous computer-mediated communication refers to communication that occurs or takes place when the both parties engaged are not communicating in unison. And in other words, the sender does not receive an immediate response from the receiver. Most forms of computer-mediated communications are mostly they are asynchronous. Examples of asynchronous communication are the text messages and emails. With that, I will teach you on how to construct and write a simple email. In this part, I will teach you how to write or construct a simple email. The first step, begin with a greeting. Always open your email with a greeting, such as, Dear Lillian. If your relationship with the reader is formal, use their family name. For example, Dear Mrs. Priest. If the relationship is more casual, you can simply say, Hi Lizelle. If you don't know the name of the person you are writing to, just use to whom it may concern or Dear Sir/Ma'am. The second step in writing an email is to thank the recipient. If you are replying to a client's inquiry, you should begin with the line of thanks. Thanking the reader puts him or her at ease. The third step in writing an email is to state your purpose. Make your purpose clear in the email, and then move into the main text of your email. Remember, people want to read emails quickly, so keep your sentences short and clear. You will also need to pay careful attention to grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Next, add your closing remarks. Before you send your email, it's polite to thank your reader one more time and add some polite closing remarks. Lastly, end your email with a closing. The last step is to include an appropriate closing with your name. This helps users to continually work on language skills in the language they are studying just before or just after a conversation. As users can share the language learning process in small synchronous group, handheld delivery also introduces new dynamics for collaborative learning. Mobile-assisted language learning is a type of both computer-mediated language learning and learning, or what we knew as mobile learning. With the increased usage of technology, including mobile phones, MAL or assisted language learning has grown to support the language learning of every student. Assisted language learning, students can access a wide spread of language learning materials, and at the same time we can connect anytime, anywhere with our teachers and peers that are far from us. According to Cloper et al. 2002, claimed the 5 properties of mobile devices which can produce unique educational affordances, and here are the following. The first one is portability. The small size and weight of mobile devices mean they can be taken to different sites or move around within a site. Second, social interactivity. Data exchange and collaboration with other learners can happen face-to-face. Next, context sensitivity. Mobile devices can both gather and respond to real or stimulated data unique to the current location, environment, and time. Connectivity. A shared network can be created by connecting mobile devices to data collection devices, other devices, or a common network. Last but not the least, individuality. Scaffolding for difficult activities can be customized for individual learning. How computer-mediated communication and mobile-assisted language learning can be used together. The first application where we can use computer-mediated communication and mobile-assisted language learning is to teach. Again, it's to teach. Most applications can be used by teachers as technology partners in running their classrooms from the initial intro of language concepts. Next, to reinforce. It can also be used to reinforce a teacher's classroom lessons and activities. Instead of pasting cutouts and visual aids on the board, they can make use of multimedia lessons offered. Next, we can also use both computer-mediated communication and mobile-assisted language learning to test the students or the learners, because they have become very good at assessing competency with subsets of a language. For example, it can easily determine if a student has mastered specific topics like grammar and vocabulary. Lastly, we can also use both materials to practice the students. This can be used even when classes are out and in the teacher's absence. Language learning technology with the use of mobile in its present form is student-initiated and student-centered, giving all the time and all the room in the world for students to practice. Language practice can be had in the privacy of one's room and at a moment's notice. And the kicker is that students get to do all this without fear of being negatively judged by others. These two language learning materials makes everything much easier, from the teaching, reinforcing, testing, and practicing. This presents itself as a capable and consistent partner to both teachers and students. It also changed the way languages are being tamed. In connection with our discussion, I will show you a video and a screen capture of my interviewees, which is Mrs. J. Ann Rodriguez and Miss Jacqueline Cayadan, which are both language teachers, as they also share with us their knowledge about the topics that we have discussed and what is their criteria in choosing or selecting the language learning materials for their students.
Hello there, my name is Teacher J. Ann Rodriguez, and I am currently teaching at Bloomingfields Academy Foundation Incorporated as an English 5 teacher, English 6, and English 7. Yes, I am familiar with the use of the computers, laptops, and phones or any mobile gadgets in the teaching and learning process, because this is what I am using currently in teaching. Honestly speaking, I do not have any prior knowledge or any background knowledge with regards to the use of computers, laptops, or phones in delivering the lesson. So, since I used to discuss in front of my students, face-to-face, wherein I am in front of my students and I am discussing them on an actual mode. So this is just my first time to teach using computers since we have these online classes or online learning process because of the pandemic. So yes, definitely I am using this learning material since our school has adopted the online learning platform wherein we are discussing in front of our students online. So I am using my laptop in presenting my lesson. So I am not seeing them face to face, but still we meet each other, or I meet my students every day through the Zoom application. For me, there's only one thing to be considered in using or in choosing the best um, material to deliver your lesson. So, um, actually, they are both can be helpful. So, use of desktop or laptop, computers, or phone. Uh, the only difference is that it is better to discuss your lesson or to show the lesson discussion through the use of computers or laptops other than in phones, because in laptops or in desktop, if you're using, you can share your screen properly, so you can show your lessons, you can present your lessons, your presentations to your students, and the lesson can be easily discussed. So the flow of the lesson is really good, is really better. Unlike in the phone, if you are a teacher and then you were just using your phone to present your lesson, it would be very hard for you. Although you can talk with your students, you can discuss with them, but then the sharing of the screen is not that possible. So you cannot share your presentations through a phone. So if you are a student, it's okay to use the mobile gadgets instead. So kahit hindi ka, even if you do not use the computer or the laptops.
In conclusion, the nature of these two technology-based language learning materials means that it is easy for individual to engage in a communication regardless of time, location, and other spatial constraints to communication. Computer-mediated communication and mobile-assisted language learning allow individuals to collaborate on projects or assignments that otherwise would be impossible due to such factors as geography, especially in our current situations. These language learning materials are blessings to us, mostly to teachers and students, because we can still do our best to study and learn with this pandemic. However, we can also be wise and careful to towards our health, because knowing that these are technology-based materials, it can affect our eyesight because it has radiation. And guys, that will be all for today. Keep safe and please stay at home. God bless us and good day. Bye. See you in the next video. It's all gonna be good. So please, like you know you should.